Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bets Today. Ever wondered why it feels like the house always wins? Well, you're not wrong. Statistics show that a staggering 97% of sports bettors end up losing money in the long run. That's a tough number to swallow. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? What if you could be part of the exclusive 3% who consistently come out on top? In today's video, we're going to pull back the curtain and expose the common traps and psychological biases that cause the vast majority of bettors to fail. More importantly, we're going to arm you with the strategies, mindset, and tools used by the pros, the successful 3%. This isn't about a magic formula or a guaranteed win. It's about a smarter, more disciplined approach to betting. So, if you're tired of losing and ready to transform your betting journey, you're in the right place. Stick around, because the knowledge I'm about to share could completely change the game for you. First, let's dissect why that 97% figure is so high. What are most people doing wrong? The number one reason is emotional betting. We've all been there. Your favorite team is playing, and you just have a good feeling about them. You place a bet based on your heart, not your head. Or maybe you're chasing losses. You've had a bad day, and you think one big, risky bet will make it all back. This is a recipe for disaster. Professional bettors treat it like a business. They are cold and calculated. They don't bet on their favorite teams unless the data supports it. They never, ever chase losses. Emotional decisions are the quickest way to empty your bankroll. Think about it. Are you letting your feelings dictate your wagers? If the answer is yes, that's the first habit we need to break. The second major pitfall is poor bankroll management. This is a huge one, and honestly, it's the bedrock of successful betting. Many people just bet random amounts, whatever feels right at the moment. Maybe $10 on this game, $50 on that one. This is pure gambling, not strategic betting. The 3% Club operates differently. They have a defined bankroll, an amount of money set aside purely for betting that they can afford to lose. Then, they use a consistent staking strategy, often betting a small fixed percentage of their bankroll on each wager, usually just 1% to 2%. This means they can withstand a losing streak without going broke. It protects them from their own emotions and ensures they stay in the game long enough for their analytical edge to pay off. If you don't have a strict bankroll management plan, you're essentially flying blind. Next up is the lack of research and analysis. The average bettor might glance at the team's win-loss records, maybe see who's injured, and then make a pick. The professional bettor, however, goes much, much deeper. They're like financial analysts, but for sports. They analyze advanced statistics, historical data, head-to-head matchups, team form, situational trends, and even factors like weather or travel schedules. They spend hours, not minutes, researching a single game. They are looking for value, where the odds offered by the bookmaker don't accurately reflect the true probability of an outcome. They aren't just trying to pick winners, they're trying to find mispriced odds. This analytical edge is what separates them from the crowd. Are you putting in the work, or are you just guessing? So, we've identified the problems: emotional betting, no bankroll management, and a lack of research. Now, let's talk about the solution. How do you actually become part of that elite 3%? The first step is to completely shift your mindset. Stop thinking of it as a fun gamble to make a quick buck. Start thinking of it as a long-term investment, like the stock market. Your goal isn't to get rich overnight. Your goal is to achieve a small, consistent return on your investment over a long period. This mindset shift is crucial because it fosters discipline and patience, two traits every single successful bettor possesses. They don't get overly excited by a big win or devastated by a tough loss. They stick to their plan, trust their process, and focus on making smart decisions, one bet at a time. Now, let's get practical. The second step is to create your system. This starts with defining your bankroll and your staking plan, just like we discussed. Decide on your unit size, that 1 to 2% of your total bankroll, and stick to it, no exceptions. Next, you need to specialize. The world of sports is vast. You can't be an expert on everything. The pros focus on one or two sports, or even specific leagues or markets within a sport. Maybe you become an expert on NFL player props, or English Premier League corner kicks, or NBA first-half totals. By narrowing your focus, you can gain a significant knowledge advantage over the bookmakers, who have to set lines for everything. Find your niche and own it. The third and most powerful step is to find and identify value. This is the holy grail of sports betting. Value exists when the odds on an outcome are higher than the true probability of it happening. For example, if you analyze a coin toss and believe it's a 50-50 chance, but a bookmaker is offering you odds that imply it's only a 45% chance, that's a value bet. To find value, you need to be able to create your own odds or probabilities for a game. This is where your deep research comes in. You build your own models, you analyze stats, and you come up with what you believe the true line should be. Then, you compare your line to what the market is offering. If there's a significant discrepancy, you've found your value. The 3% aren't betting on teams, they're betting on numbers. Another key habit of the 3% is meticulous record-keeping. Every single pro tracks every bet they make. They don't just track wins and losses. They track the sport, the league, the type of bet, the odds, the stake, the bookmaker, and the profit or loss. Why? Because data is power. By tracking their bets, they can analyze their performance over time. They can see which sports or bet types are most profitable for them and which ones are losing them money. This allows them to refine their strategy, double down on what works, and eliminate what doesn't. If you're not tracking your bets, you have no way of knowing if you're actually a successful bettor or just a lucky one. There are plenty of apps and spreadsheets out there to help you do this. It's a non-negotiable step. Let's also talk about shopping for the best lines. The 97% will likely have an account with just one or two sportsbooks and take whatever odds are offered. This is like going to only one grocery store and paying whatever price they ask for milk, even if the store across the street is 20% cheaper. It makes no sense. The pros have accounts at multiple different sportsbooks. Before placing any bet, they use an odds comparison tool or manually check several sites to see who is offering the best price. A small difference in odds might not seem like much on a single bet, but over hundreds or thousands of bets, it has a massive impact on your overall profitability. Getting the best line is a fundamental part of securing long-term success. It's free money you're leaving on the table if you don't. Finally, the most important trait is continuous learning and adaptation. The sports betting market is dynamic. It's constantly evolving. Bookmakers get smarter, public betting patterns shift, and strategies that worked last year might not work this year. The top 3% are lifelong students of the game. They're always reading, learning new analytical techniques, and adapting their models. They stay humble and recognize that they don't know everything. They're willing to question their own assumptions and evolve their approach. Complacency is the enemy of profit. So, commit yourself to being a student of betting. Follow smart people in the industry, read books, and never stop trying to get better. So, let's recap the path to the 3%. First, remove emotion and adopt a business-like mindset. Second, implement strict bankroll and staking management. Third, specialize and do deep analytical research to find value, not just winners. Fourth, track every single bet to analyze your performance. Fifth, always shop for the best odds available. And sixth, commit to continuous learning and adaptation. It's a lot to take in, I know. It's not easy. If it were, everyone would be doing it. But it is achievable. It requires a fundamental shift from being a casual fan who places a bet to a disciplined analyst who makes investments. The journey from the 97% to the 3% is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be losing streaks, even when you do everything right. That's called variance. But by following these principles, you build a solid foundation that can withstand that variance and put the odds in your favor over the long haul. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope this has opened your eyes to what it truly takes to be a successful sports bettor. It's about discipline, analysis, and strategy, not luck. If you found this video helpful and you're ready to start your journey into the 3%, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe to Bets Today and turn on notifications so you do not miss our future videos where we'll dive even deeper into these strategies. We're here to help you bet smarter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.